Alright, so this is my review of the Sentinel V4 lightsaber. It's a single blade lightsaber. It's a hilt from Ultrasabers, best you can get, in my experience. So, this is the hilt. Looks very nice, very, very clean. Looks very beautiful, It's only got one screw for the blade itself to screw into. Get some nice close-up shots around the end here. I went with the silver button, so turn it on right from there. Silver attachment for the belt clip, pommel, nice, clean, very cool. It's the end of the saber. I got myself a blade plug. If I turn it on here, that's what the blade plug looks like in there. Blue comes out through windows. Very cool, very nice, very sleek. This is all just some generic stuff here for the blade itself. I've been obsessed with this thing ever since I got it. I've had it for a couple days. Bought this kind of on a whim. Very, very happy with it. Very impressed. So I got a belt clip. So this part of the blade goes into the belt clip itself. You'll hear a little clicking sound. It's very strong, very tight, very secure. Can spin based on where it is on the actual belt itself. Then all you do is just squeeze and it releases. Very easy, very comfortable, not a problem. I have two blades that I got for it. So we'll go ahead, take out the plug itself. I'll show you those. Been very happy with both of them. Definitely intentional. I'm very happy with both of the blades. Showing you my favorite first, and then I'll show you the other one that I got. Both look phenomenal, both look fantastic. Like I said, Ultrasabers never disappoints. My brother's bought a couple from them before. Hasn't been disappointed, so I figured I'd check him out. I wasn't disappointed either. So this is the 36-inch Ultra Edge mid-grade blade. I am, for reference, 5'6" myself. Call me short all you want. I don't care. This is the 36-inch blade. Comes up just above my stomach with the handle. This is a very long handle, by the way. This is a two-handed handle, That's one thing they don't really mention on the site, is the handle itself, whether it's a one-handed or a two-handed, whether you really want to wield it with just one or two or however else. This really is a two-handed handle, I mentioned I'm 5'6". I got a little bit smaller hands myself. These little indents in the handle itself, really helpful for me. They've been really, really fantastic, because I held a bunch of my brother's blades, and they feel fine. You can still use them. You can still flip the thing around, no problems at all. But these indents, you know exactly where your hands are supposed to go. You know exactly where it's supposed to be, where you're supposed to be flipping this thing around. This is where your hand is supposed to live. This is where your other hand's supposed to live. Right on these two little divots here. Right here, right here. So even if you know, move your hand for something else, like these little divots here, I really like for jabs, for, you know, stabbing people. You know, boom, in the middle of combat, you get that big jab right in the middle there. Then you let it fall back, lands right on that nice grip there, or you can fall back onto here. Get this for a jab, nice solid attack, nice thrust. Fall down onto here, you can flip very easily with this one. Fall down onto here, flip very easily with this one. That's the handle. I really like the way that it feels, you know. Moving past the handle is Ultra Edge mid-grade. This is what this one looks like. I got blue, as you saw before. Looks beautiful. I played around with this I hit this thing around with some friends a couple nights back, about 3 hours or so. This lithium-ion battery, I haven't charged this thing ever since before we did that. This thing's going strong. It looks just as good as when I first started playing with it a couple nights back. It looks beautiful. I've only charged it once since I got it. Amazing. You know, here are some flips, you know, some just very simple things. For a 36-inch blade, you know, I'm a bit shorter, so I kind of have to move my arm up, as you can see. This is, you know, very simple stuff. Looks very nice. You can tell. Looks very, very nice. You can even see the blade better closer to the camera. See the whole thing from the very end, coming all the way down to the pommel. And you'll see the windows illuminate very nicely as we twist this thing around. Very sick. Looks amazing. Like I said, I've been obsessed with this thing. This thing is a beast. It's a beauty. Covers all the bases. Anything I could have wanted, this is what I want. This thing's sick. So I highly recommend this handle. I got no complaints at all. I will show you the other blade that I ended up getting though. So I'll go ahead and I'll switch those out. I'll let you guys see that real quick. So singular bolt right there. Comes with this little hex key. Very simple, very easy. Just put it in. Twist it around a little bit. Don't want it to come out of the blade. You can even just leave it sitting there. Got enough grip for that. Just slide the blade out a little bit. It does bite into the blade a bit. You can see that. You know, you can tell how far this thing goes in. It goes in very far with this lightsaber. There are others that my brother has shown me that don't go in quite as far. So, you know, it's a little bit helpful if you want to get that really full range of a blade. You might want to go a little bit further than 36, but 36 has worked perfectly fine in my experience. I can't complain with the results. So, yeah. So now I've got this heavy grade blade. It doesn't have the same kind of fog effect as the mid-grade does. Again, slides right in here. I believe this is another 36-inch. They're the same length. This one in the mid-grade. Now this one, more of a silvery feel to it. It's got like an inner tube and then an outer tube on it. This one, on camera, you know, A little bit of a different look to it. You definitely see that inner tube that's lit up, then outer film on the outside. Feels, you know, there's not much of a weight difference to it. You might notice that it does give a bit of a flashlight effect. If I shine right in the eye of the camera, you know, the tip of this one does give a bit of a flashlight look to it, but you know, this one does look good nonetheless. Windows look about the same. That's a good look at this blade. There we go. Windows look about the same, you know. This one looks really good as like a ghostly effect, I think. But honestly, I would endorse the mid-grade more of the two. Yeah, you know, that's about all I can say for this thing, you know. I couldn't have asked for a better, you know, starting blade. This is my first lightsaber myself. Hilt feels amazing. Handle feels really good. Get some of those really nice lightsaber, you know, episode 6, original trilogy, Luke poses. You get some of those cool Kenobi poses. You know, you can get some of those cool Anakin poses. Looks great. Fantastic for combat, you know. Like I said, I hit this thing with some friends the other night. Was amazing, you know. Like, first time playing around with these things. Ultrasabers did it again. Fantastic. So, cannot complain. It's a beautiful hilt. It's got these beautiful grooves in here. Great to grip onto. Everyone who felt it, who used it, said, I really like these grooves. If you're on the fence about whether or not this lightsaber is for you, I say go for it. You know, a two-handed gives you the availability to use it with one hand, you know. Use it on the attack with one hand. Use it for some of these flips and stuff. Or use it for two and really get those cool shots, you know. All in all, I think this is the perfect starter blade. Starter handle. Not the most expensive on the site. Yeah, you know. Still beautiful, still elegant, still got anything you could really want for it. So, if you like it, give it a shot. Thanks for watching.